Hi guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my May book haul. This is a significantly larger book haul than last month, but I have read quite a few of these books, and if I haven't read them yet, it is because they are going to be reviewed very early in June. So let's jump straight into it. All right, the first 4 books that I'm going to talk about are review copies from Scholastic, so thank you very much to Scholastic for sending them to me. One of the books I don't have here because I accidentally took it into work because I thought that I had already hauled it, but turns out I hadn't. And that is Who Am I by Anita Hess. This was part of the My Australian Story series, and I've already read and reviewed it. It's about a young Aboriginal girl who is part of the Stolen Generation, and it's her diary of what happens to her. So I have read that. That's at school. I also have Hold Back the Tide by Melinda Salisbury. I don't know all much about this. I remember just being quite captivated by the cover, and I think it's a bit of a mystery thriller. So I'll be reading this very soon. I also received Bin Chicken by Kate and Joel Temple from them. This is a picture book all about the bin chicken, which is the ibis, but in Australia people call them the bin chickens. And this was a very cute story, sort of explaining how and why the ibis behaves the way it does. And they also sent me the picture book Who Am I by Philip Bunting. I haven't read this yet. It comes out very early in July and I'll be reading it then so that I can review it in a wrap-up. I also received 4 books from Allen and Unwin, so thank you very much for them. The first is Red Sea Spies by Rafi Berg. This is based off true events, I think. The incredible true story which inspired Netflix's The Red Sea Diving Resort of a daring operation behind enemy lines and holiday village run by spies. So that sounds really great. I'm going to read this as soon as I can. I also have Better Luck Next Time by Kate Hilton, which I believe is sort of a contemporary women's fiction book, but we'll see. I have Bad Cat by Nicola O'Byrne, which comes out first week in June. So I'll be reading that then. And also Tippy and Jelly Bean by Sophie Cunningham, which is based off a true koala who saved her baby from a bushfire. So I thought that would be a really great read as well. Next up are all the books that I purchased for myself. I'm going to start with probably the outlier here, which is a non-fiction book, You Are an Artist by Sarah Iris Green. Sarah is John Green's wife and the person behind the Art Assignment channel on YouTube. And this is a collection of all the art assignments plus some new ones. And they are great. I've already had a go at a couple of different things. They are art and drama and sound-based art assignments. So it's really cool. This one I'm looking forward to spending a little bit more time unpacking and trying out some of the assignments. I had one middle grade purchase, which was Skullduggery Pleasant Seasons of War. This is the latest book in the Skullduggery Pleasant series. No, I haven't read it yet. Yes, I do want to read it very soon. I will get to it eventually. It's like these books just keep getting bigger though. I have 2 young adult books. The first one, which I have read, which is my hardback copy of Aurora Burning to match my hardback edition of Aurora Rising. So I was very excited to receive this. And also The Deck of Omens, which is the conclusion to the Devouring Grey duology by Christine Lynn Herman. I have read this. I've already talked about it in a wrap-up. It was an okay conclusion. Not the greatest, but also not the worst I've ever read. The rest of my books are all adult books of various genres. I have Network Effect by Martha Wells, which is the first full-length Murderbot novel. So I have read all of the novellas, and this is the first novel in the series. I'm very much looking forward to reading this. I might be holding on to this for a readathon if I can contain myself for that long. But I do really, really love the Murderbot books, and I can't wait to see what Martha Wells does with a longer form of storytelling with this character. I've heard really good things about it. I have Angels of Darkness, which is an anthology collecting 4 short stories from Alona Andrews, Nalini Singh, Mel Jean Brooke, and Sharon Shin. I don't know the last 2 authors, but I do know the first 2, and these are all angel stories. I have The Dictionary of Lost Words by Pip Williams. This is a book that I keep seeing everywhere, and I've heard really good things about, and I was umming and ahhing about whether or not to pick it up, and in the end I just decided that I would because it sounds right up my alley. It is historical fiction, which is not right up my alley, but it is about a love of words that just delights me. I want to know all about it. From my Bay Crate subscription, you know, I picked up Wicked Bite and Shades of Wicked by Janine Frost. I'm looking forward to reading these. So far my other Bay Crate boxes have not turned up, so I currently have 3 in transit. Who knows when they'll get here, but I'm glad that these ones did make it to me. I will be reading these very soon. And then finally I picked up physical copies of all 4 books in the Wicked Villain series by Katie Roberts. I wanted to have these in physical copies, so there is Desperate Measures, Learn My Lesson, A Worthy Opponent, and The Beast. And the really cool thing about having these in physical copy is that when I look closely at the covers, I notice things that I didn't notice before in the ebook copies. I will be doing a full reread of this series. I might wait. I've pre-ordered the last 2 books in the series on my Kindle. I will probably read those on my Kindle when they come out, but pre-order them, and then when I've received them, I'll read them all in physical copy and tab them up and whatnot. I'm very excited to have these. So that is my book haul for May. There are a lot of books, but I have read a lot of them and I will be reading a lot of them very soon. It was bound to happen. I've been stuck in my apartment and allowed to buy things because I'm not allowed to go to bookstores. And that's okay because buying books makes me happy. In the comments below, let me know if you have read any of these books or if you're planning on reading them. Alternatively, feel free to let me know what you have purchased recently. I would love to know your recommendations. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're having a wonderful day and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.